very significant statement from you, President Zelensky. I also believe that the earlier that there is a direct meeting between you and President Putin, there's a greater chance for peace. In 2019, you and President Putin, you met for 9 hours in Paris, but that summit was brokered by France and Germany. Would a meeting between you and President Putin need mediators, external mediators like last time?
Well, currently, there is no mediation. Currently, we are interested in the security guarantors, and we can see leading countries among those security guarantees, those who can provide us with some security guarantees. We didn't have them in the past, unfortunately, but I am sure that we will have them in future. Among the security guarantees, there could be United States, UK, Poland, Germany, France, and we're offering China to be a security guarantee. We're offering Turkey to be security guarantor as well. And I think India, if there will be a willingness to join the list of the security guarantors for Ukraine, then of course we would be happy to invite India, because India is a very powerful state in the world. Speaking on the Normandy format.
Yes, please continue.
Yes.
No, please continue.
Speaking on the Normandy format, that was the format of 4 countries, France, Germany, Ukraine, and Russia. And that is why we had a meeting in between 4 of the leaders. And they were the agreements reached before my presidentship. And since I was a responsible person, I've continued discussing the peaceful settlement. Unfortunately, the Normandy format did not allow to settle the situation, and not everything was successful in with regards to the Normandy format. Of course, there were some successes, particularly the exchange of POWs, prisoners of war, and we've managed to liberate over 150 people. They returned home alive, and they were living in inhuman conditions. We've also agreed on the ceasefire regime, and for 5 or 6 months that ceasefire existed, and there was minimum amount of casualties during the ceasefire, so that was also an advantage. Besides, there was a demining of certain areas along the contact line, and that's why I think there were some right steps made, but there were no continuation of those steps. And you know what was the end. Yes. This format was frozen. We didn't have a meeting for a long period of time. And then there was a full-scale invasion of Russia into Ukraine that you can see and you know all about right now.
President Zelensky, is it necessary to have a security guarantee to have a one-on-one meeting with President Putin? Or can you have a meeting with President Putin, a negotiation with President Putin, even if you don't have a security guarantee?
I think this could be a parallel processes, and we should not delay or should not slow down the dialogue by any meetings. We know that some of the countries are ready to extend the security guarantees to Ukraine. It would be better before the meeting with the president to have some clear agreements with regard to security guarantees and which countries are ready to take some commitments. Yes, it would be better to have those preliminary agreements and then to have a meeting with the Russian Federation, so that not to have just a meeting for the sake of the meeting, but there would be already some specifics. In the same time, we are ready to have this process in a parallel format, so that We would not wait until having a meeting in a year or 2 years. We don't want the war to continue for that long.
Yes, absolutely.
Також
I think
знати, шановний Арнаб, що у будь-якій війні є
In
декілька.
any war, there are a number of parties. So it would be also important that Russian Federation would be willing to have those negotiations. We would not be asking them or pleading them for conversations on negotiations for a period of 3 years. I have asked for having a meeting. I've asked through many leaders of the world, and I've raised the need for being a civilized and modern people. We are not solving our own destiny. It's not the question about family. The country is not our property. Even Russia has a different understanding. In my understanding, this is not our property. We are selected by the people. We are representing the people. And whenever we are representing the people and their wishes, they're not willing, they're not wishing to have this war. So I would like to have this meeting as soon as possible, although it didn't take place. Currently, it's the peak situation in this war. There's the use of cruise missiles, shelling, the people are dying. That's why I think both parties should be willing to have the meeting, because Russia would face an isolation, utter international isolation, because the whole world is seeing the evidence of those tortures and the outcomes of the war.
absolutely.